No, you're breaking the immersion here. I'm facing you right now.
Am I facing you right now?
Nope.
Am I facing you right now?
Yep. Look at me. Yeah. I am the captain now. Welcome everyone to the Aftershow. Time to go to the Aftershow. Nola has been having a dilemma of conscience with the ice cream. She wanted to save it for all of you good people, and I don't know if she thinks that she failed or not, but the ice cream definitely seems to still be there.
It's so small and sad now.
You're small and sad now. This bit of humor is brought to you by RP. RP, the thing that we did all of this session, basically. There were 2 rolls, and both of them were persuasion.
Uh-huh. And one was a nat 20.
Yeah. Run. One you rolled above a 30, which is what you needed. Irina was not having life. She wasn't feeling it. She was and still kind of is in a really dark place, but...
apparently she's developed an alcohol problem.
We all need our things to cope. Serena definitely does too. We all have our things to cope with, and so does Serena. And this was a much-needed glimpse into figuring out what she was fighting for, you know? Because all this time there was a lot of talk, there was a lot of discussion, there was a lot of build. And after our last session of Omiri with Orton, I realized how effective showing just that connection and like what a bond and connection really is to inform everyone, the players and the people watching, of the person's motivation, of the PC's motivation. And Serena got to go back home.
She needed it. She needed a mental break.
Even if it was just a fever dream.
Yeah. But she needed it so bad. Yeah, we got to see a little bit of Serena's home in Ramel.
And so did
Amberwood.
And so did Nola, the player that really only had all of the stuff in her head. And then she got to play around in this thing that she designed a little bit. So that you looked like you were having fun going into this place that you had designed and you had talked about, and now you could actually interact with it.
Explore it. Yeah.
Even though
it was nice.
You had a day. You had the day to just go out and discover what this place had to offer, because things were different, of course. I think things were more reflective of her current reality than Amber.
Ismark and Irina were there.
Yeah.
When you told me that someone called you over, I thought you were gonna say like, oh, one of her childhood friends or one like her parent or something like that. You said like, no, it was Ismark. I was like,
yep.
What's he doing?
Yeah, and that was the first thing among many to clue both Serena and Nola in that not everything was as it seemed. Yeah, because of course Ismark didn't belong there, but this place was more of a manifestation of what she thinks that she wants, and her reality of normal. And I was so excited to do this because I knew that I wanted it to be collaborative, because I really didn't know too much about what Serena wanted and how she felt about a lot of these things. So it was really cool.
Did you get those answers?
I did, and I think you got those answers too, Nola. I think we discovered some things. We went through the motions. Like first, you had Ismark, which for all intents and purposes functionally basically gave you the, yep, you're here until sundown. We've got dinner plans, right? So explore and interact with people. Like, yeah, and I had all the things ready if you wanted to see your friends, if you wanted to see your family, which of course you went straight for your parents, and then you went straight for Serena the First, and that was the audience's first time. And I don't know if that was like the first time in a long while that you had interacted with Serena the First in a long time, and I hope I did her justice. I did my best. I tried.
Yeah. No, I think you did well. There was nothing that you did that was like completely out of character. If you guys don't know, in the Curse of Strahd campaign, I currently play Serena Amastasia II. The Serena the First is actually my first campaign Serena. And so she is the grandmother of the current Serena. So Serena the First is from a completely different campaign, from a completely different world. But I adapted her to this one, and then I decided to make the new one the granddaughter. Okay.
Yeah, so she has got a whole D&D campaign worth of experience and past behind her, which is really intimidating for me as your DM to be like, okay, now I've got to make this person a PC that Nola has countless hours of experience.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah, and I'm
2
just
years
like,
with this one character, one campaign.
Yeah, and I'm just like, all right, here we go. So I was terrified. I was so scared. But I'm glad that I got that C grade, because that's about as good as I could hope for, knowing what I know. Like,
right. I mean, I could have gone through and literally told you every little detail of like her whole 2-year campaign that I had with her, but I mean that would have been excessive.
Yeah, no,
I think
you told me what I needed to know, and we did it. You had your moment with both Serenas, which was, I gotta admit, it definitely gave me the warm and fuzzies, just the having the opportunity to unite you with a past D&D character. It seems as if I've got work to do, but it was so good to see you, Serena, and good luck tonight. And you look beautiful.
Good luck tonight.
Oh, look at the time, and you start getting swept out the door.
Wait, I want to try. Hang on, Grandma. Wait.
And the kids start swarming behind you.
Wait, I wanted to press start. Grandma.
Yeah, she doesn't like go close the door in your face or anything, but all the kids start swarming in, and she starts handing out cookies to all the kids. And a tart is just, you turn around like, oh, I wanted a fresh one, and turn out a tart's just floating in front of you.
Yay! Thanks, Grandma! And she grabs it and she goes.
Don't be a stranger! Your mom and dad, I don't think I think I knew about as much about them as you did.
I mean, they were just nice parents, okay? Yeah. I mean, they're generic, not gonna lie. They were just nice, okay?
Yep.
I actually kind of like that you made the mom more into like the Moon Elven culture than the dad, even though he's actually the Moon Elven and mom is the human. Yeah.
There was a bunch of little things like that I wanted to insert, because the thing about, family and home, which was the central theme about all of this, is that I took just a ton of things from my life. Like if there was probably an episode to just psychoanalyze me as a person with like a game that I created, this one is probably it, because I just pulled out all the stuff. I was like, what do I think of when I think of home? And just this whole, whenever that dream sequence is just riddled with it. It was like, all right, Ismark's dating persona, I've been there. The way that he lives, I've been there. The family dynamic of the mom and the dad, I've totally been there. The heritage aspect of things, and the world itself, and the friends, like all of this, like it's like, okay, so many things are just, this session was will remain so special to me just because of how extremely personal it is. Just so a lot of love was put into this prep, because we needed Serena to feel it. We needed Serena to feel like she was home. And I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it too. The only one thing that I kind of wish I had time for was visiting Gimbal, but I mean, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm so glad that this episode was so heartfelt and was so nice family, because I'm pretty sure that was like, he's okay. So if this is a reflection of like you and like your idea of family, Kai, in my brain, Serena, she's like off in her thing, like, oh, I have to go home. She returns home and immediately it's like, how come you didn't do your homework? Huh? You need to do this. You.
Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong.
Like that's me in my brain. That's home.
I was working with a lot of ideals here. Don't get me wrong. There was a whole lot of ideals working with, but that's kind of also the person that Serena is. Like she is that person, and yeah, not to say that this is how it was all the time. We're like, yeah, this was the way that my family was. Like, no, it's an idealized version of life experiences.
Of course, like on the best day, this is what it's like.
Of course. Because imagine going into that session like, Mom, where have you been?
Where have you been? You late?
Yeah. Wouldn't have had that oomph.
Did you do your homework?
Yeah.
I don't have straight A's?
Yeah.
Go do your homework.
Yeah, I don't think it would have had that oomph. I prefer the way that we did it. But,
yeah. I prefer the way that it happened too. Boy, ask about you. Why? Who was he? How much he make?
Yeah, I like to imagine Ismark just showing up in a freaking like Corvette.
Right.
I'm here to pick up your daughter.
Yeah. Go on our dinner date.
Going through and discovering your home was a ton of fun. Preparing for this was a ton of fun. It all seemed to go by so fast, even though we took our time.
It was almost like around an hour and a half.
Yeah, and
going through Amberwood, but it felt fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was just having so much fun, and then when the gameplay aspects came in, of course, and we talked a little bit about this off stream, about how, I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know, from an outsider's perspective where this is going and what I was doing, but it was still really fun to play that out with Serena.
Yeah, and and their little dinner date,
Mm-hmm.
that was cute.
Mm-hmm. And he has a salad already ready, very hastily put together. But it also looks ornate, as in someone that doesn't know what ornate looks like tried to make it look ornate.
Uh-huh.
And there's silverware, and the forks and the spoons are actually in the right order, surprisingly.
Wow.
And there are actually napkins, and you get a sense that he actually did put in a lot of effort into this.
And Serena notices.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gave both of us some insight into both of them and how they think about each other, though, too.
Yeah, and I really appreciated how this is how I interpreted it, and we're brushing over a lot to get here, but this is like the next big moment that I remember is how much I needed to push you and Serena to go out that goddamn door.
She didn't want to leave.
Yeah. It's clear.
You made it too nice.
Exactly.
No.
Serena.
What is outside?
Snap out of it. And
I don't want to go back. I want to stay here. I don't want to go. I want to stay here.
You're happy here, right? You can just...
Yeah.
Then let's just stay here.
Okay.
As usual, I was prepared to go, that is another level of saying, there is I think it was Miles Davis's drummer, and he says something that I totally try to embody whenever I'm doing performance arts, any kind of performing arts with anyone, and I have like a partner, and because he was in response to something like, I know the song, and Miles did this, this, and this. how in the hell did you know that he was gonna go that direction? Because you both were just in sync and on it. And his response was just, well, you gotta be willing to die with a motherfucker. And he just, I had no idea where you were going. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it very clear. You cross this threshold and Serena dies.
She dies, yeah.
I was like, and I was ready. It's like, let's see where this goes. And I was so ready for Serena to reject the call. I was like, all right, Nola, here it is.
Yeah.
It's in front of you.
Like you hinted at it a few times, and I wondered if that was the case. But yeah, once you spelled it out, I was like, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had no idea. I was prepared. I was preparing for Serena to die then and there, and that was what made it so tenseful for me at the end of all of that, because you know, narratively speaking, it doesn't make sense for her to die right there, but D&D speaking,
it totally could
happen.
In D&D, that's the thing with D&D. You can have the most wonderful stories, and then you can have the most incredible stories, and at the worst times.
Mm-hmm.
And the most pathetic times, your D&D campaign, it could just end.
Yep.
Because of a dice roll.
Yeah. Which is what makes it so interesting and so, like, intense, because I didn't know what you were going to do. I mean, I had an inkling, and of course, we were riffing on each other, and we were figuring stuff out through various things, but I believed, and, take this however you want as your performing skills, but I believed for a little bit that Serena was going to cross that threshold. I really did. For a little moment, I really thought that she was going to just nope out.
Drive the campaign off a cliff! I will end this campaign right now, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would get a wonderful epilogue of an Ismark and Serena fade to black scene, and that's where the campaign would end.
And then they live happily ever after.
Yep. Technically.
In Serena's mind.
Mm-hmm. Her frying brain, producing the happiest moment that it could.
Yeah.
And then you woke up, and you had everything that was waiting for you that was worth it, greeting you in that room. And you got to see Irina again. Not Serena. Irina.
Yeah.
I need to get better at that.
You said Serena instead of Irina, I think maybe 5 or 6 times tonight.
She's back in the campaign. I need to get used to it again.
I know. And their names end with Ina.
After the dream took place, for all intents and purposes, that's Amberwood now.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
Yeah. And so like, are you okay with that?
Yeah. I actually, okay, the picture that you pulled up for Amberwood, I actually really like that picture. Like, that picture was better than the Amberwood I was thinking in my head. I was like, I like that one better.
I'm glad. It took me a bit to find that. I was like,
yeah.
You guys were like, Amberwood. Amberwood. There it is.
Yep.
And then the rest of the session was just a whole lot of fluff and us just having fun. You could tell the exact moment where I started to think, like, okay, we or like become like a little self-conscious, like, okay, like it was around when the Serena, the Irina talk started like happening like, near the tail end. I was like, all right, okay, and you were like, no. We're talking about boys, and you're gonna do the voice, and we're gonna do it.
Kai. Okay, you can't just begin girl talk and then end it in 2 minutes. That's not how it works in the real world. Okay, once you get girls talking about boys, it just goes on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Except it takes up the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have literal slumber parties about this. Okay, whenever girls have slumber parties, half of it is just talking about boys. Okay. And then the other half is existential crises.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right. Which is pretty accurate to have it happen, actually.
I thought we were going to have girl talk for a second.
Isn't that what this is?
I suppose. I just don't know how to feel about it.
Well, trust your instincts. Go with the gut feeling. I've never really been much for romantic antics myself. Probably never will.
I mean, Irina, you never had a boyfriend or anything like that? No crushes?
Have you seen the village that I was from? That was some accurate girl talk. So that has the true
girl stamp of approval.
Yeah, that was basically it. It had the tears, it had the boys, it had the existential crises.
It had everything. It had everything.
Yeah. I know it's hard to believe, but I am inexperienced in that aspect of life.
What? Kai?
I know, it's crazy.
I would never know. What? That's crazy. You mean you don't know everything there is to know about girls, Kai?
I've never been at a slumber party where girl talk, quote unquote, has happened.
Ah. Well, I mean, it's a fun time.
Now I have, practically.
You don't know until you've experienced it, Kai.
Okay. I believe it. It's like, I'm not a doctor, but I played one on TV.
Yeah, right. But that was fun. Yeah, it was fun going through like Amberwood because, okay, so basically for Serena the First, I created Amberwood, but then I had to rethink of it again as like, okay, so what has changed from Serena the First to Serena the Second? Because it's been obviously some time, okay? And then I had to create new characters for Serena the Second for the village. And I created that like 4 days ago, so... and then Kai had to take those and incorporate into this new Amberwood. So now I was like, ooh, what's going to happen? So yeah. I like the way it turned out.
Yeah, it's so much good feels.
So many good feelings.
Yeah, except for Zulekia and Ismark, who are both being party poopers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, poor... Serena hasn't even fully recovered, and she already has someone banging on the door being like, you gotta do this thing. A girl can't rest?
You agreed to help her, which was big.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little spooked. Like, where is Strahd? He should... If he darted straight for her, I think he would have gotten to her first. So what was he doing? I don't know. Any comments, Kai?
Sure, let me lay out Strahd's plan.
Okay.
Step 1.
I'm listening. Please tell me everything you know.
Yeah. Holy. Yeah, there's so much to do, Nola. There's so much to do. And this is like the last town that you're gonna be in before you just need to go to the final dungeon. And like, I mean...
And actually have dinner at Strahd's castle?
Yeah!
Yeah!
I mean, Serena absolutely could try to arrange a peasant uprising. I don't know. But as far as things goes, the A-team is here.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time. It's like, no, wait. We need to go back to the mountains and pick up Casimir. It's like, I don't think that can happen. Like,
I feel bad about Casimir. Definitely next session, I need to get Serena to get a Raven to call him up. Be like, dude, I'm so sorry. Things happened. We can't go back. You need to come down the mountain.
And then you just gotta hold out in Kretsk for 3 months. I'm sure nothing bad can happen in that time.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about something.
What?
Oh, there was something that I did want to do during the session that I totally forgot.
What's
the
that?
book.
Yeah, you had a chance to read the book.
I had a chance to read the book, and I forgot during the session. I just remembered right now. No, I forgot.
This was like Serena's one chance at downtime.
There's no chance. There's no chance that I could have snuck that in during the downtime. Is there?
You know what, Nola? I'm in a good mood. That was a happy session. I'll say Serena needed a little something after the break, and she's been curious about the book. I'm going to tell you what the book does and what it is. Upon Serena reading the pages, her heart stops beating, and her skin begins to turn a ghoulish black.
No!
Her hair falls out, and the scabs start appearing on her body.
And then she has boils on her skin.
Yeah. Okay, let me find this book.
And then horns grow out of her head. Serena also sang a song.
Anything you want to... Do you want to add on that, or is that just...
I wrote it.
It's a very nice song.
Yeah, if only Discord was decent at capturing it. I watched the VOD back, and yeah, the VOD only caught like 50%, so we're gonna have to edit over that if that ever makes it to YouTube.
We'll do it in post.
We'll do it in post. I thought it was important enough to bring it up. I'm sorry if it's too, if it's an inconvenience to you, Kai. I won't talk about it.
I'm just asking for clarification. Tell them about your song, Nola. Tell them about your song.
Okay, well, I wrote it for Serena the First, and okay. Actually, I technically didn't write it for Serena the First. I adapted it for Serena the First. I originally wrote the song when I was like 16, but only the first half of the song. It originally had a different ending, but I ended up not liking the ending later on, so I ended up keeping the first half, then creating a second half for Serena the First. And so that was her song. And then when I had Serena the Second, I decided to incorporate that song for, Serena the Second's backstory, as, that was like one of the songs that made her grandmother famous. So it's an important part to the backstory. I also think that the song is, and I didn't know this at the time, okay? I didn't write this for Curse of Strahd, but the song is, the lyrics are like eerily fitting for the setting. I did not even plan for it to be this close to the setting, but it is. And it's crazy. So I had to incorporate it. It was too good to not incorporate it.
Too good to ignore.
I almost wonder, like, this would be going into Serena the First's backstory. Like, would Serena the First know something about Barovia to have written this kind of song? Like, it's ridiculous how fitting it is for Barovia.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What if she was attempted to be brought to Barovia, and then she was just like, nope, I can teleport, and then just decided to not.
Right. Or maybe she was brought to Barovia, but she learned to teleport at some point. Or figured out a way to escape. I don't know.
I don't know your adventures.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, Serena the First in real life never went to Barovia, but whatever. I don't know.
Serena the First IRL.
Yeah.
You never ventured with her. But hey, she's been busy. She had a whole family after you were done playing with her.
Yeah.
So.
Well, 2 technically, but her first husband and child died. But
Yeah. Yay.
They don't matter.
They don't matter. Anything else? Closing thoughts? Anything? Because again, I feel like I definitely took over a lot of this after show. So closing thoughts? Anything that really stuck out for you? Like favorite moments that you wanted to do differently, or anything like that?
Honestly, I'm thinking, and I really like the dinner scene with Ismark and Irina. Finally, like, kind of confessing that they like really liked each other, even though it was in the dream. In Serena's mind, she's made that confession.
I think for me,
she's admitted to herself that she really does like him.
Yeah, for me, that confession, exactly. It wasn't about the confession to Ismark. It was about her confessing to herself.
Mm-hmm. Like it was her admitting to herself that she does have these feelings.
Exactly, because in this dream she was given the opportunity, and it was something that she really wanted. And when it was given in front of her, she realized, this is it. Like, I do want this now that I see it. Like, this is something that I want to explore. So yeah, like, even though that wasn't really Ismark, that was just herself. She was talking with herself and admitting to herself that, yep, this is a thing, and I can't ignore it. Yeah,
the feelings were a lot stronger than she was hoping they would be.
Yeah, and that's some psychological shit right there, chat.
Mm-hmm. And Serena will have to somehow deal with that with the actual Ismark.
Yep. Yeah, but now afterwards, like, so Ismark, I've decided something. Oh, look at that. There's something to look at. I'm not going to talk about your Ah,
dang it. How are they gonna be a nice, cute, happy couple? How are we gonna ship them if Ismark's gonna just be depressed over his dead dad?
Yeah, what a selfish jerk. Am I right?
How could he? How dare he? Why? What a bother.
That you can say that at the funeral, at the next funeral.
Uh-huh.
So
one of many funerals.
Yeah, I didn't know Kolyan very well. Knew him briefly. But I would like to say,
tried to get me to marry his son.
Yes. Which I don't mind, but what I do mind...
it's not the worst thing in the world, but like also...
Yeah, but Ismark, grow the up.
Dude, you're just whining and just moaning.
Boo-hoo, your dad died.
Boo-hoo. You know, your dad died twice. Like, it's just... Yeah, anyway.
I look forward to that, because...
I look forward to however the heck Serena and Ismark's relationship is going to develop, because I have no idea how in the world it's going to go, because again, Serena wants to go home, and being in love with Ismark is going to make it difficult for her to go home.
We will see.
We will see.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. If you like what you saw, check out the actual stream that we are talking about on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/RoleCallrp. And if you want to get notified when we make other videos like this, or you want to see us break down Monster Chronicles and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, go ahead and hit that subscribe-a-lerino button down below to get notified when we upload.
And slap the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that more people can see this video.
And
thanks! Just aggressively hit that like button and just aggressively comment on your